bathroom right down the hall, ladies. Do you need anything to drink? If you need anything, you just let us know. Okay, we have a bathroom down here, plenty of stuff to drink. And I don't know if anybody's a smoker, but sometimes if there are smokers, maybe you need a cigarette, you let us know. Okay? I'm going to give you my card. Your name is Heather?
Yes.
Is it Meyer?
Mm-hmm. Meyer.
Okay. Meyer? Okay. You're going to be helping me out with names as well. My name is Nikki Yankee, and we're going to be talking about your sister. And I understand her name is Nikki too. I'm going to get you some tissue. Do you have any more tissue with you? Okay, hang on just a minute. Would you like some water?
Yes, please.
I also have soda, if you
Not just water.
Okay. And you know what? If you don't mind, I'm going to get these right to the captain. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, are these
that on the record? Yes.
Thank you very much. I'll be right back. This is a high-class joint we have here. So we don't have tissue, but we do have toilet paper. Okay. Okay. You know, one of the things I was thinking of was changing my name and calling myself Monica, which is my legal name. And if that's easier, then we'll call me Monica.
Okay.
Okay. Then, if you want me to, I can take that card and get rid of it or change it for you so that you don't have to see that, okay? So, what I'd like to do, first of all, is kind of explain what you're doing here. And you've been asked to come here to help us, to give us some background and give us a perspective on Nikki. Do you smoke? Okay. If you want a cigarette, you figure out, you tell me when, and I will find something. I don't think we have anything to put, you know what, I'll find something, okay?
That's what's okay. Here, I'll find you. Wait, it's fine.
Okay. The thing that I want to cover right away with you is cell phones. In cases like these, in serious cases, it's typical that we ask people for their cell phone so that we can gather as much information as possible and be as thorough as possible. Do you have a cell phone with you today?
Yes. I have a lot to do today, though. So
well,
how long?
That's why I want to start this process right away. I don't want to hurry you into anything, but the cell phone's important because if we can get them downloading it right away, we can get it back to you immediately. Is there anything on the cell phone that I should be aware of? Text messages?
As far
anything?
as with the situation?
As far as with Nikki and the situation?
No, I just had contacted him yesterday.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do? Oh, go ahead.
No, it's just, it's just the information from him.
And what was that contact about?
It started by him saying, any chance you've heard from Wild Woman? I said, no, have you found her yet? Because I was at work, so I didn't get it till later. And they said, no, I'm not. I do not have my phone either, so pretty complicated at this point. I'm beyond concerned. She better be in jail. I can't answer a call. I'm only on my desktop. I said, where's your phone? Do you have a car? Did you call the jail? I called and she's not in there. And then he said, I just found my phone, no car. I didn't call the jail, but I didn't search and found nothing. Everything was right to voicemail.
Okay. When was that?
Saturday.
Okay. Do you have a time on that?
You should have time. 2:16.
Okay. What kind of cell phone is that?
iPhone 6.
iPhone 6? Is that your phone?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a way that you could access the serial number for me? Can you take this off?
Oh.
Is this a cover?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it password protected?
Yeah.
And what is the password?
1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4.
1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see, CID number. Does anybody else have access to this phone, or are you the only person who uses it?
I'm the only person who uses it.
Okay.
Besides once in a while my son.
And how old is your son?
7.
So he's not capable of communicating in the same way that you would.
Right.
Does he send text messages?
No.
Your phone just called Doug Detrie.
Oh.
I just heard him on the phone saying hello. Let's not do that. I see. 579C. E2944A. So it's owned and controlled by you?
Mm-hmm.
That's pink. Okay, now this indicates, what is your address?
1513.
Here, I'm going to get us out of here. 1513.
Ontario Road.
Number 3?
Yep.
Is that in Green Bay technically, or what's
It's
your...
honestly like the border of Bellevue and Green Bay, so it's Green Bay, really.
Does your mail say Green Bay or De Pere?
It's Green Bay.
Okay.
It'd be Green Bay or Bellevue, but...
Okay. And so you're in the village of Bellevue?
Yeah.
Okay, so this says that the phone is owned and rented by you and that you're giving us permission to search it or what I'm going to do is give it to our forensic analysts, our crime analysts, and they're going to download the data from it. Okay?
How long will that take?
Hopefully only a couple minutes.
Okay.
When did you get the phone?
I don't right now, a couple months ago.
Okay. So it's relatively new. I'm going to give you a copy of this. And you write that, okay?
I'm going to use that.
Sure. We have a polygraph going on at the same time, so we're going to try not to slam the doors. Okay. So, they just have received your phone, and as soon as they're done with that, they're going to bring it back to us. Okay? So the reason we asked you to come in today is just to give us a little bit of background and knowledge about Nicole. So you call her Nikki, okay? And what is Nikki's last name?
Vanderheyden.
Okay.
And
that's what she did.
I think she likes to go by Nicole Meyer, but I don't know if she changed it or not.
Okay. And it's Vanderheyden.
Heiden.
Okay. And where does Nikki live?
With Doug in Berkeley. I don't know the exact numerical address.
So what I like to do at this point is just kind of ask people to tell me about their family members. So if I ask you to tell me about Nikki, what's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Full of life. Just a caring person.
Okay.
She's been very depressed lately.
Why has she been depressed?
Because of Doug.
Can you tell me more about that?
I guess just in the beginning of their relationship, she just kind of knew they were both. She had a hard time. She went through divorce, and then she had a rough couple of years. And then she met Doug, and she's like, well, we're going kind of crazy. Maybe we'll get together and go work and stuff. And then a couple months later, she found out she was pregnant. She came to me, and she wanted to get an abortion, but I told her to keep it because I had gone through the same thing, and I did it. And it's the biggest mistake I've ever made. So I told her just to keep it. You'll regret it. She did, and they stayed together, and I know it's been really, really rocky through her entire pregnancy and their relationship. An example would be, like, they went to a wedding together and while she was pregnant, and she saw him doing cocaine with his friends, and she got really upset and left, and this was like 45 minutes away from home, and she was like 8 months pregnant. And he got mad at her and said, you need to come back now, so she did, to bring him home. And I mean, I don't know what happened with that, but it's just been a crazy relationship. He's always been very controlling and very, like, she didn't answer her phone, he'd freak out and, like, break up with her.
Okay.
It's just...
Is this something that you witnessed, or is it something that Nikki told you?
The one wedding was, obviously she told me, but, I mean, I went there one morning. She showed me all the text messages from him.
Okay. So tell me a little bit, give me a little bit more background. It's my understanding you said she goes by one last name, but she went through a divorce?
Yeah, she was married to Brian, and that's the Vanderheyden last name.
Okay.
And I don't think legally she changed it, but I know she likes to go by Nicole Meyer.
And so Brian's her ex. When did they get divorced?
4 years ago.
Okay. And how is their relationship now?
He's a really timid, nice guy. Sometimes, you know how it is, and they get in their little tippies, like, why didn't he do this, and he should have signed him up for soccer, but didn't. And,
okay.
But I think overall it was okay.
Okay.
There wasn't any hostile feelings at all. I mean, it was...
Okay. So they've been divorced for 4 years, and they've got how many children? Two?
Two.
Okay. And what are the children from that marriage?
Tyler and Michaela.
So a boy and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And how old are Tyler and Michaela?
10 and 8.
Tyler is?
8.
8? And Michaela, can you spell that for me?
Mikayla.
And she's 12, you said?
10.
10. Okay. And so, what's custody like?
They never went to a custody hearing. My sister usually takes them throughout the week, and then he would take them on the weekends.
So when you said they never went through custody hearing, do they just agree on visitation? Okay. And Brian lives in Swamico?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he live in Brown County or outside of Brown County, or do you know?
I don't know if that's,
Do you know what street he lives on?
Hidden Lake, I want to say.
Okay.
Hidden Lake? Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's in Brown County.
I think so.
Okay. And so is Brian remarried?
No, I think last I heard he had a girlfriend.
And do you know if his girlfriend lives with him?
I don't think so, no. He lives with his parents.
Oh, okay. It's with his parents.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when did Nikki and Doug get together?
January last year.
January of 15?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long were they together before she got pregnant, or before she discovered she was pregnant?
2 months, not even.
Okay. And it's my understanding that they lived together?
Oh, yeah.
And how long was it that they were dating before they moved in together?
I want to say it was in the middle of summer, or towards the end of summer, that they finally, because she had an apartment, and that she moved into his house because he had a house that would fit them all.
So summer of 2015?
Yeah.
Okay. And he had an existing house.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about the house?
It's newer. It's 3-bedroom, upper lower. She saw garage and a pier on Berkeley.
Okay. Okay. And so you said their relationship was rocky. What do you know about that, or when did that start? That you
From
became.
the beginning.
Okay. And so he's controlling, and he gets mad when she doesn't return his calls or texts.
Yeah, and also there was a couple times where he basically, since the baby was born, hasn't really been there as a father, and he'll just go out and drink all night long and not come home. And then when my sister, she tells me, this is her side of the story, but when my sister asked, where were you, he got mad and said, it's none of your fucking business.
Okay. And when was this that this happened? Do you remember?
Not really. There's just so many incidences.
Okay. So many.
Just situations like that. It was every other day. She was just really depressed.
Okay. Was she on any medications for depression?
She tried. She couldn't do it. It made her go crazier.
When you say crazier, what does that mean?
Just more out of, I don't know. She just had her thoughts and minds. She just couldn't handle it.
Did she ever discuss any suicidal ideation?
She's cut herself in the past.
When was that?
I want to say 2 months ago.
Okay. Before she met Doug, were there any attempts at suicide? So I guess what I'm asking is, we're talking about depression, and depression can kind of come about for a number of reasons. It can be something that's long-lasting and more organic, and lasts through your whole life, or it can be situational.
We've had a rough childhood as well, and she used to cut herself. We both did when we were younger.
Okay. So
we had a rocky growing up, very much so. Depression runs in my entire family.
Okay. And so she's been depressed for several years?
Yeah.
Okay. Was she ever on medication?
She tried, I don't know exactly what kind, but she tried it once, and I believe right after the divorce.
Okay. So it's not been since she and Doug were together?
She didn't seek out any help.
Okay.
She was scared too.
What's that? I'm sorry?
She was scared too, I think.
She was scared to seek help? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I I just think she felt really stuck in the relationship, and she didn't want another failed relationship with a child. And then, I don't know, my mom said that 2 weeks ago, she told her that he has been beating her. She asked, has he ever hit you? And she said, yeah. And my mom said, you need to come with me here, go to the Golden House. And she didn't.
Okay.
And she never told me because we were fighting for the past 2 months.
You and Nikki were?
Mm-hmm.
What were you fighting about?
It was just a little situation. Like, I just recently went through a really bad breakup and have my own issues, and it was just a little tippy fight. She called me a whore, and it just really hurt my feelings, and she just never apologized. So I just kind of just went our separate ways for a while, and last week we finally reconciled, and that's when I was at my brother's graduation.
And tell me about that reconciliation. What
She
happened?
just said, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't realize that it hurt you that bad. And I said, it's okay to get it. It's okay. I forgive you. And we just talked about what's going on in our lives for a little bit. We were at dinner, so we didn't have much time.
Yeah. Thank you. So, you were talking about stuff going on, and
she just kind of, I don't know, every time I'd ask her, like, what's going on with you, Doug? Like, why are you so sad? Like, what? I can't talk about it now. I can't talk about it now. Like, before this. And it was just always like a hush-hush thing, and like sometimes I'd get it out of her, and that's when she'd tell me, like, oh, she'd always say he's got double personalities and bipolar.
She said that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know if he was on any medication?
I know he wasn't sleeping ever, according to her. She said he just got prescribed Ambien to sleep.
So, if you could tell me a little bit about their habits, you know, what would you say? I mean, were they both homebodies? Were they both partiers? Was one or the other? What do you know about their habits?
My sister was, during the week and most weekends, she never really drank anymore. Obviously, she's got kids and responsibilities, and I mean, once in a while, I would say a handful of times since Dylan was born, she's went out and partied. And when she parties, she shouldn't drink. Doug get really belligerent, drinks a lot, and I think that's just part of the alcoholism that runs in our family. It's hard to just go out and have a couple. But otherwise, she was the stay-home mom. Doug, and she wasn't able to work. Doug said he would never take care of the baby so that she could work on the weekends. She would always have to find her own sitter. And Doug would just come and go as he pleased, drink all the time, works when he feels like it, for his parents.
Okay. And his parents are?
Diane and I can't remember his name. Diane something Detrie. I don't know his dad's name right now.
Okay. And so it sounds to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Doug's doing quite a bit of partying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And what sort of partying does Doug do?
No, he does a lot of drinking, the whole cocaine thing.
Do you know that for certain, or how? Tell me more about how you know that.
Well, like I said, the one time she had said him and his friends were doing it, and then just yesterday, actually, my brother's friend came over. He's not one that I take fondly of. He was wasted, and he was like, show me this text message from Doug, and because he knew him from way back, and he's like, yo, he used to deal me cocaine. So
he used to what, I'm sorry?
Doug used to deal this
okay.
friend of my brother's cocaine. I don't know how recently, but I know he's got a history of it, how often he does it, anything like that, I have no idea.
Okay. So I may have misunderstood that, and I want to clarify. This guy said that Doug used to sell him cocaine, or Doug used to sell cocaine for him?
No, Doug used to sell him cocaine.
Oh, okay. And who is this guy?
Jake Derwin.
Jake Derwin? D-E...
W-R-I-N. Is this all confidential?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of things that we're looking into, and if you want it to be confidential, we can discuss that. We can talk about that.
I don't know how to feel about Doug right now, and he keeps trying to reach out to me. I'm not trying to point any fingers or anything. It's just really hard because of I know your past, and a lot of me wants to blame it on him.
Why?
I just feel like a real boyfriend, somebody who loved her, wouldn't have let her walk alone that night. The fact of what Dallas said.
Dallas?
The babysitter.
What did Dallas say? Did Dallas talk to you?
And my mom.
And what
yesterday we found a lot of information out.
Okay.
Where to start? So she was the babysitter that night. All throughout the night, she's been texting Nicole. Just fed him how many ounces? She'd say back, awesome, thank you so much, or good, great job, or something like that. The last text message she sent was, he's finally sleeping. I hope you're having, well, one point it was like, I hope you're having fun, you deserve this. She really wanted to give my sister a night out because she knows how hard she works. And being a mom, like, she just needed a break. So, I guess she got back a response from Nikki saying, giving like rolly eyes, like, yeah, I'm having a great time, like being kind of sarcastic. And then, I don't know how much you know about what happened that night or the fights, but this is just from Andrea, that the last text message she got after saying he's in sleeping now, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember exactly because this was all on the phone. But I know she came in and made a statement about all this because she had told me that the last message she got was 12:40 saying, fuck yeah. And that's not like my sister.
It's not?
No.
Tell me about that. Why is it not?
Because, well, just in like, and even Dallas said that, I just knew that wasn't her because all of her responses before that were, okay, thank you, like, and that's how she was. She wouldn't, maybe she'd say, hell yeah. When she's drunk, I can see her saying that, but not fuck yeah. When you're talking to the babysitter, like, that's not something she would say.
Okay.
And that was at 12:40, she got that message.
Okay. And did she get any other messages after that?
No.
Okay. Okay. Did you get any messages at all?
No.
From Nicole?
No. Not
Okay.
the entire night. But, and then she said, when Doug finally got home at 3 o'clock, him and his buddy came in, Greg, and they were just acting really weird and pacing back and forth. And then Doug went to go get a yogurt. He's like, oh, I'm so hungry. I need yogurt. And she just said it was just so uncomfortable the way they were acting. He ate yogurt, and he's like, all right, we got to go again. And Dallas is like, no, I need to go. I have a baby at home. Like, you need to stay here with your baby. And then she goes, where's Nicole? And he goes, oh, she just wanted to walk home. She's been telling me she wanted to walk home forever. She goes, well, why would you let her do that? She's like, well, I'm going to go drive and look for her. Do you think she's on Webster? Do you think she's on Libel? Like, where do you think she made it? And Doug's response, according to her, was, she didn't make it over the bridge.
Do you know which bridge?
I don't, because I don't even really know that area very well.
Okay.
But that's what she said. He said to her, she didn't even make it over the bridge. And Dallas texted me that Saturday as well, before any of this even happened, before Doug even texted me saying, do you know where your sister is? I have a very uncomfortable feeling about this.
Dallas did?
Yeah.
Dallas texted you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or messaged me on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And they'll see all that. Or do you want to see it?
Can you please?
Yeah.
If I'd like to see that. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to take a picture.
Yeah.
So when was this that you probably will be able to tell me by this date? Is there a date and a time that's showing up?
Yeah, it's showing.
Okay.
Let me just see if I can find her. Okay, so I missed a call from her at 12:44 on Saturday. Because I don't have her contact yet, because she doesn't have my number, because she's more my sister's friend, not really mine. Wondering if you have heard from Nikki last night today. She hasn't come home and walked away from Doug last night when they were out. I watched the baby for them, but however she can, but she never came home, hugely concerned. I said, oh my God, no, I haven't. Yeah, I'm unsure what's going on. Phone is off too. Do you still have Dylan? No, I was at her house. Doug came home around 2:45 and I left at 3. I said, wow, and she still didn't come back. No phone, super weird. What bar did they go to? And so, you may want to call Doug and ask. I really don't know much. She said she didn't come home with him, and they got into a little banter of jealousy via text. Then she took off on foot. He said he looked for her, but couldn't find her, and her phone died. I needed to go to bed, so I left at 3 a.m., and I've tried to call this a.m., and nothing, still dead, and Doug said she didn't come home, because he was looking for her. And I just asked, what is his phone number? It's still in word. This is really weird. Have you called the hospitals and the police? I said, no, it's not like her. I called the jail and the hospitals. Oh, is this true? I said, what part? Doug just called me. And so Doug called her. Again, now this is another weird part, and said they identified her body. The police had called him and had said he was, I don't know if it was at the police station or what, and told her that, because I had called her, that they had identified her body and it was for sure her. And now at the same time, the police have not talked to us. They never said they identified her body. They said, and then later that day they said it's most likely her. But Doug just called me and she said, is it true? I said, what part? Doug just called me. Yes, we're still waiting for answers. I'm sorry, in shock. It's just sudden. If you need anything, please call. How did Doug seem when he came home that night? And she said, can you call me? Because that's when she told me all that stuff. Because that's what I was wondering. Did he have mud on his clothes? And she's like, I honestly don't know. And just, I didn't even think of it, honestly, until I talked to her. And I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you maybe scroll, okay, I see. I'm going to try to, do you need to take that?
Yeah. So quick. Hello? Hi. We're still at the police station, Dad. Okay. Okay, well, I'll have her call me when she gets home, okay?
Tell her.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Oops, I need to take
I'm
pictures.
sorry.
That's okay. Take it one step at a time.
I know. My dad's just not handling this well.
Well, I'm certain of that. And I can understand exactly why.
Are you related to Mary Frances Yankee or no?
No, I've never heard that name, but I'm a Yankee by marriage.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know a lot of my husband's relation.
Okay, I just wondering.
Okay. And there are several different ways to spell Yankee.
Oh, there are, you're right. Yeah.
There's usually an H in there, and I get asked that a lot, whether I'm related, but I don't think I am to anyone in this area. Okay, so you don't know what to think now. Can you tell me about any contacts, for instance, with your sister within the past 72 hours? Have you had any contacts?
Yeah, I babysat because she needed a babysitter. She needed to work because she's been really broke, and we were just talking about how she was going to come to the personal trainer with me just to kind of, because I go see one, and I was like, you really should come with me and just help you. And so I'm like, yeah, you really need to work, and she asked me, and I'm like, absolutely, I'll babysit for you. So I babysat all 3 of her kids.
And when was that?
Thursday night.
Thursday night?
Yeah, they all had soccer practice, so I took them to soccer.
So was that the last time you spoke with Nikki? Okay. And I'm gonna move you backward, okay? So Thursday, how did this conversation occur? Was this by phone or by text or by Facebook? It's okay. You don't need to. It's all right. You can just tell me because we'll have all that data. So did you guys mostly text or talk?
They went back and forth. We call each other up. We used to before. And we just started to again.
Okay.
Talk a lot every day or every other day.
Okay. So Thursday night, you were talking and she wanted to do something? What was she
I
doing?
had the entire week off and she wanted to work so she could make money.
What was she doing?
She was working at Ogan.
I'm sorry?
At Ogan, the restaurant in De Pere.
O-G-A-N? And what was she doing there?
Serving tables.
Okay. And how long had she been working there?
It's been off and on for like 3 years because she substitute teaches as well, so.
Oh, where was she substituting?
In Green Bay.
Okay.
Public school district.
Okay. And so Thursday night, what happened? Or Thursday, I should say Thursday during the day. Walk me back to that because I got lost somewhere there. Did you say she wanted to work out or you?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, before we were just talking and she really needed money and I said I had things to do, but whatever, because I know you really need money. And I wanted her to start saving so she could go with me to this personal trainer once a week.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I'm like, absolutely, but whatever, regardless. I'm just like, yeah, I'll take your kids. I haven't seen them in a long time because we haven't really been talking.
Sure. And so, how did you take the kids or did you go over there?
She brought them all over.
Okay, so she brought them over on Thursday. About what time?
4:40.
4:40? Okay. To your house or to your apartment? And did she come in at all?
We were all hanging out outside on my porch and just getting their soccer stuff on and ready.
And you took the kids to soccer?
The grandma Jane brought Tyler to his because his was at 5:30 and my son's was at 5:30. So she brought, and I coach my son's team, and so she brought him there, and then I took Michaela and Dylan with me to Landon soccer practice. And then they met me later at Michaela's soccer practice, which was at 6:30. And then I took all the kids home with me. And then she got them working about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
9:30.
And then she came to pick them up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And did she stay at all?
Briefly. The kids in school the next day, she didn't go to bed.
Okay. And did she say anything on Thursday that seemed unusual to you, or what kind of chatter did you guys have on Thursday?
I don't really remember.
Okay.
I don't know. Nothing unusual, no. I just know she was just stressed out, and I just wanted to be there for her.
And when you say she was stressed out, why do you...
Just about the not being able to work,
okay.
really, because she didn't have a sitter. So I started contacting people, see if we can find Dylan, for the rest of the summer, or for the rest of the school year, so she could work in the school. Said I'd help you try and find a sitter for him, because Doug wouldn't do anything or pitch in or anything.
Okay, and Dylan is her young one, huh? Okay. Dylan?
Mhm.
Okay. And how old is Dylan now?
He'll be 7 months.
Okay. Was she breastfeeding? Was she consistently breastfeeding? Okay. Did she also have bottles? Do you know if she's got milk in the freezer?
Not much. Probably
Okay.
gone by now.
Tell me about her habits with Dylan. Do you know anything about those habits?
As far as
Or with the kids? Yeah, I mean, some moms, they don't want to be away from their babies at all, and some moms are like, okay, this is great, this is awesome, I need a break now. And some moms want to have nothing to do with their babies. Can you tell me, what was she like?
Okay. During the week it was, she didn't want to let him out of her sight, and then just all the time. And then, she'd enjoy a breakaway though. She would.
Okay. So, when she's out, you kind of said she has a issue with turn off switch.
Mm-hmm.
How often would you say that she went out? About?
After Dylan was born.
Yeah.
She didn't go out for like the first 4 months, and then it was maybe once, maybe like a handful of times. I don't know.
Okay.
I work 2 jobs and a full-time student with my child, so it's, I don't really, like I said, we haven't been in close contact at all. It just,
Okay.
much. We were just starting to,
Okay. So do you know if she was on any medication at all, other than, even the depression medication aside, do you know if she was on any other medication? You don't know, or she wasn't?
No, I don't know for certain. I don't think so.
Okay. Do you know if she ever used any drugs?
Yeah, she used to smoke marijuana recreationally.
Okay. Do you know if she was still doing that?
I don't know, no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Breastfeeding, I don't think she would do that.
Okay. Okay. Do you know about how long ago it was that she made the comment about Doug and using coke? I think you said she was about 8 months pregnant, and so that would put it at about 8 months ago.
October, August,
right?
sometime in there. Yeah, it was a fall wedding, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
They went to.
Okay. Have you heard from Doug at all? And, okay, let me back up a little bit. That was kind of an ambiguous question. Did you have much contact with Doug prior to all of this going on?
What point? It was prior, like the whole situation.
Yeah.
So Friday. Friday before that, no.
Okay. Before Friday, not so much?
Not Friday night. Saturday was when it all started.
Do you know, I read in that Facebook posting, did you know Doug's phone number? Okay. You never had it?
He wasn't very close with that family. He didn't go to a lot of things.
Okay. How often do you think that you've talked with him since they've been together?
If she was there.
Yeah.
With us, but once in a while. Not directly to him ever, no.
So,
I just know, like, one time where was my sister? She had to work in the morning, and I picked Dylan up from Doug's house, and he was too hungover to watch the kids, so I went and babysat.
When was that?
I can tell you. It's in here, because I had sent him a picture of him. It was January 15th.
And so how was it that you ended up babysitting that day? Who contacted you?
Asked me to watch him.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly what she was doing that day. I think working. I don't really remember.
Okay.
And I had the afternoon off. Maybe it was a Friday.
Okay. And so did you stay at the house?
No,
or?
I took him and went to my apartment.
Have you, I know I kind of in a different way asked this question, but have you ever had a conversation with Doug, just the two of you? Ever since they started dating?
Oh, well, I don't think so. I mean, just the one time I went to pick up Dylan was really the only time I can remember. It's just been not, honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, there's conversations on here more if you go into the past.
And conversations. You mean
I
by
mean, it's
text
always
or
been like,
Facebook?
it's just the Facebook. It's always been, he doesn't hang out with Nikki, just doing,
Excuse me. Tell me if you want some water, by the way.
oh,
or
yeah,
some
yeah,
me out here.
thank you. I'm ready to get Dylan in here, and then that was the day that your sister hates me, what the fuck? Hey, why do you say that? Because she hasn't responded and said she will find a place to live, quote unquote.
Do you mind if I take pictures of that?
That's fine. At 7:10 she said that, and she won't answer. Happy Easter, LOL. Not happy, sorry, bitch, huh? That shit.
Okay. Did they fight quite a bit?
All the time.
What was their typical fight about? Do you know?
I don't.
Did she ever
Stupid thing.
mention anything?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just been like either something she did or he did that was just little, and I don't know. I was just talking about a game that we were going to play game night.
Game night? What's game night?
We're just going to go over and play like Mario Kart or something, just hang out over there.
Okay, that's quite a while ago, huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever see your sister with any bruises or any sort of marks or anything? Or did she ever make any comments to
She
you?
never told me, no. She was scared to tell my mom.
What do you mean?
And it took a lot to get it out of her.
How do you mean that? It took a lot. What is...
Because my mom really, what she said was she just really had to ask me a lot of questions. Like, my mom's like, I knew something wasn't right. And so, this is after, they were going to go to a wine tasting together, but that's not really what Doug wanted to do. And he told her he had to go get a haircut first, and he didn't come back till 2.5 hours later.
Okay.
And this was just last weekend. And,
so he was going to get a haircut last weekend?
I don't exactly know which day it was.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
But, yeah, he and it's not something he wanted to really do, I guess. So he tried to make excuses and came back 2.5 hours later. And then I think he just left that night and went out. I'm not really sure. But my mom knew that something was wrong, so she went back to her house with her and hung out. And she tried to get it out of her, and finally my mom asked, "Does he hit you?" I don't know the whole conversation. My mom knew more.
Okay.
And that's the only part she told me. But my sister never mentioned anything to me.
Do you know of anybody, aside from Doug, do you know anybody that she had a beef with or that may have had an issue with her?
No.
And if she were out somewhere and she needed a ride, can you imagine, do you know who she would have called? Did she have any super close friends
No.
that she would contact?
No.
She didn't?
She has a lot of friends, but no.
She is what?
She had a lot of friends, but no. Like, best friend.
Just kind of superficial friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get out of this so that we don't end up calling that.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'd like to do is take a statement from you and kind of sort of organize this. Does that work for you?
Sure.
This is a wonderful little iPad, and it makes my life really a lot easier because we can fly through this.
Okay.
Did you say you had something to do today? Do you have some plans or some place that you need to be?
Yeah.
And what time do you need to be out of here? It's 11:30 now.
Probably soon. We're all gonna go meet with the kids and then take my kid out of school and go over to Brian's family and just be there as a family until the kids.
Okay. Do you think that we could put that off until we get done with this?
I just don't know. They said they don't know how long they can go without telling the kids, and I really want to be there.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that completely. And so if it's a situation where was there a planned time?
I mean, text Brian. Okay, hold on.
Sure.
I just got this from a friend who sent me this and said read ASAP. Right, got some info from our guy at work today. He lives there in Bellevue, and he said he was driving and saw two guys who looked in their late 20s just standing by the field, but there was no car in sight, and thought it was fishy, but didn't think much of it at the time. He said he heard about her body afterwards from the news, and it was the same location. He said he's going to call the police and give as much info as he can.
Can you ask your friend?
Who? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Ask her for his name.
It's Kelsey. Let me call her. I think she called
Yeah.
me.
Kelsey. What's Kelsey's last name?
Uncles?
Uncle?
Yeah. UNCLES.
Okay. Now remember, there were a lot of people standing by the side of the road who were in plain clothes, who were law enforcement. So we don't know when this is, but we definitely want
Him to come in and give a
we
statement.
definitely want to talk to whoever this is. So just breathe right now.
I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to. I just might need to step outside. Is that okay?
What's that?
I can't step outside during this, or I can?
Sure you can.
Oh, just have a cigarette. I don't want to smoke in here.
Oh, okay. I can come with you.
Okay.
The doors are all locked.
Oh, okay.
So I could come with you if you want.
Okay.
Unless you need a moment.
Well, two of my friends are waiting outside for me.
Okay.
The one who just sent me that.
Kelsey's outside?
No, not that one, a different friend.
Okay.
But I'm going to see if...
You want to go out there and...
Yeah, let me just go talk to her really quick and see if she can try contacting her as well.
Do you know, take your purse with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay, because you probably have your cigarettes in there, right?
Oh, yes. Okay, I tried to quit being like last
Good
week.
luck.
But it's so hard. Heather, how old are you?
I'm 25.
How many years of school have you completed?
5.
You mean 5 years of college?
Yeah.
Okay, so 12, 17.
That's when I graduated.
What's that?
Or 12, 17 was when I graduated.
Oh, okay, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's kind of an emergency. Is there any way you can locate her?
Can I have that phone? And I'll...
Yeah. But she put it on hold.
Who is this that I'm...
At Golden House Living, that's where she
Oh.
works.
Okay, she works at Golden
Yeah.
House?
She's there right now. I just want to get the contact information of her friend, yeah.
Just in case they tell you, actually, you're on hold again,
Yeah.
but just in case they tell you they can't find her, let me have the phone and I'll cut through it. I'll see what I can do to help.
Hi, Kelsey. It's Heather. Hey, I got your message that you had sent to Danielle about the 2 guys. What friend saw that? He's a cook there? Can we... I'm with the police right now. If you could please get him on the phone so he can talk to the investigator. Okay. Thank you. He's a cook at her work.
Okay. Did she say what his name was?
No, not yet. Do you just want to talk to him?
Yeah, probably best. Is she going to get him on the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I probably should take over. And this is her work number?
Yeah.
How long have you lived at that address at 1513?
Since December.
Since December of
2015. Yeah.
Okay. Is that when you had the breakup?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you move there because of the breakup?
Yeah.
Okay. And was that a husband or
Boyfriend.
Okay. So, hi Dave, this is Nikki Yankee. I'm a detective with Brown County Sheriff's Office. And I would really like to get together and speak with you. I think that would be probably more appropriate than talking by phone. Dave, could you give me your middle initial, please? And your last name? D. Okay, and your date of birth, sir? Okay. And where do you reside? What's your address? Yeah. Okay, and what's the best phone number to reach you at? Mm-hmm. 632-7064? Okay. And Dave, just briefly, can you tell me what was the day and time that you saw something? In the afternoon? Okay. 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 Yeah, I would very much like to get together with you. How late do you work today? 2 p.m.? And then are you going home right after that? Okay, I think that we're going to, I don't know if I'm going to be speaking with you or one of my partners, but definitely somebody will be reaching out and getting in touch with you, okay? Dave, thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
So it was in the afternoon though?
It
Not the
was.
middle of the morning?
No. No, but that's just what he's saying on the phone, so we talk to people pretty in depth when we talk to them, right?
Okay.
So, you know, sometimes people need to jog their memories, but what he's saying now is 1 or 1:30 p.m. Okay, so I live at the above address since December 2015 when my boyfriend and I broke up. Nikki, is it Nikki? And then which name are we using for her? Which last name? Meyer. Is my older, younger sister?
Older.
And she lives with her boyfriend,
Doug Detrie.
on
Berkeley
Drive in
Pierre.
Okay, so if you could describe your relationship with Nikki generally, how would you describe it?
Loving sisters, really.
Okay. Did you have a close relationship?
They were kind of our go-to people when we needed anything. And we fought just like every sisters do about stupid things.
Oh, I have a sister. Yeah, I can testify to that.
But we were always there for each other.
Do you have any other siblings?
I have Brent Meyer, who is 28, and Brandon Meyer, who's 20.
And are they full brothers? Okay. We have 2 brothers. Brent
Brent, B-R-E-N-T.
Meyer?
Yeah.
And,
Brandon Meyer.
oh, I'm sorry, Brent Meyer, who is 28? And Brandon, who is 20? Okay. What about Brent and Brandon? Were they close with Nikki? Are they close?
Not really.
Okay. Would Nikki call them?
Wouldn't say on a regular basis, no. Maybe once in a while.
Okay. Did they have good relationships, all of them?
Pretty much, yeah.
So there were no, like, family scraps where nobody was talking to anybody or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we had a difficult, well, you said a rough upbringing, right? And depression runs in the family? So, do your brothers suffer from depression as well? Both of them?
The older one, yes. The
Okay.
younger one, is more got his head on his shoulders, I would say, than depressed.
So Brent, Nikki, and I have all suffered from depression for several years. Can you tell me about any instances that you're aware of where Nikki might have attempted to commit suicide?
When she was younger, she used to cut her wrists in high school. And then, like I said, like 2 months ago, she did it and she showed me.
When she cut her wrists, was it an attempt to commit suicide?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Just for pain.
About 2 months ago, she did what?
She just cut her, I don't know, arm, more or less.
Cut her arm. Where about? Do you know which one?
I don't know.
Did you ever see it?
I did, I just don't remember.
That's okay. Can you tell me which way she cut her arm, or where about on her arm?
This
Oh,
way.
okay. So it was kind of in the
Forearm, yeah.
forearm area? Thank you.
Yep.
Did she tell you that she did that? And what did she say about it?
I don't remember. Sorry.
Okay. Cut her forearm area, and there were a number of cuts? But you don't remember what she said about it? Did she say she was attempting to commit suicide? Okay. Did she ever tell you that she was depressed recently?
Not straight out, no.
Okay.
Just more stressed out with Doug.
So Nikki didn't tell you, did she ever tell you that she was suicidal?
No.
Okay. Never?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Nikki never told me that she was suicidal. Did she ever make any comments that would lead you to believe that she was suicidal? Like, I'd be better off dead, or anything like that?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. So you're not aware of any medication that she was taking for anything?
No.
Okay. So, Nikki was married to
Brian Vanderheyden.
Hayden.
Yeah.
Hayden, Vanderheyden. And how long were they married? About. Okay.
5 years, 4 years.
4 or 5 years. They have 2 children together. Michaela, who is 10-year-old girl, and Tyler, who is 8-year-old boy. They never went, well, how about this? They didn't go to court about visitation. Was he paying her child support? And he wasn't paying her child support. They agreed on visitation.
Yeah.
And generally got along.
Mhm.
Well, Brian is a timid, nice guy, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So, they got divorced about 4 years ago, right?
Mhm.
So, about how long ago? Summer, January 15th of last year? No. When did Nikki and Doug get together?
January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, January 2015. That must be what that meant. Nikki met Doug Detrie in January 2015.
Mhm.
A couple months later, she was pregnant.
Mhm.
She wanted to have an abortion,
Mhm.
but I told her that it would be a big mistake.
Mhm.
What, do you have any idea, did she ever say anything to you about Doug or how he felt about it?
She didn't want to tell him.
Okay. So did she know that it was his child?
Mhm.
Okay. So she had the baby when?
October 29th.
Okay. But did she move in prior to that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Late summer.
And she ended up the baby, who is
Dylan.
Dylan.
Douglas Detrie.
Sorry, Dylan
Douglas Detrie.
Douglas. Now 7 months. Okay. So Nikki moved in with Doug at his house on Berkeley in
Let's say August, I think.
do we want to say August or late summer?
Just say late summer, because I'm not sure.
Of 2015. And their relationship was rocky from the beginning. Okay. Describe rocky to me.
Very up and down. I don't know. Not good.
You said that he was controlling.
Mm-hmm.
And did she tell you all this, or did you see this firsthand?
I saw it.
Okay. Did you say they fought a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Doug was very controlling, and I saw that firsthand. When did you see, so when you say very controlling, could you give me an idea as to what you saw?
Not really. I don't know.
Okay. When somebody says that they're controlling, there are a number of different ways that that kind of manifests itself. And I think you had said something earlier about text messages. So what was, now I understand that this is really draining, Heather. I do. But it's really super important that we can come back to it, and I know you get to a certain point and you just want to shut down, and that's very, very normal. It's very normal. But I have to have you back here with me because the information that you're helping me with, the information that you're helping us with, is very important to this case. So if we need to take another break and have a cigarette, you can do that if you need to refocus yourself. But I can see that you're kind of shutting down a little bit, and I need you to come back here. It's okay. Take a deep breath. If you need to cry or beat on a pillow, whatever you need to do. But remember, you're talking for Nikki right now. Okay? And it's very important that we're able to do that.
I remember the day. I remember sitting there in her bed, looking at all the messages, and her crying because he said, "Fuck this, I'm done," or something along those lines. And because she fell asleep, and this is when she was still living in her apartment, and she didn't answer his phone call or text or respond. I mean, that's the basis of it. I can't go into any more detail because I don't remember, but...
Okay, so I remember sitting with her on her bed one day while she was still living at her apartment. She was showing me text messages.
Yeah. Do you know if they found her phone or anything? I know you can't see.
I'm sorry. I think we have a lot of things that we're going through.
Okay.
And
we'll get into it later.
I can promise you this. We are being very thorough as we do. I know, you know, in cases like this, everybody wants answers right away. Yeah, waiting is the absolute second worst part of this. She was showing me text messages from Doug. He was mad because she didn't respond to his calls or texts, and sent a message saying something like, "The fuck this, we're done." Nikki was crying. Okay. Do you know how she felt about him?
She said she loved him. She said when they had good times, they were good times. But he was psycho.
He was what?
Psycho. I mean, he had bipolar and multiple personalities, and she'd tell everybody this. Everybody. Every one of her friends. I can give you a list of names of her friends who would probably like to come in and give a statement about the relationship as well.
Okay. Bipolar. I would like that.
Okay.
She said she loved him, but she told me that he was psycho and bipolar.
And multiple personalities.
She told many of her friends that.
That was more recently. I don't know if you want to put that in that time slot.
Yeah. How do you know that she told her friends that recently?
They've told me.
Okay.
The past couple of days. That's why I'll give you the list, and you can contact them yourself. I don't know if they're on here yet or not.
Okay. So Doug, you said she was kind of hush-hush about some things?
Yeah. Well, I think she wanted to tell me. It was just really hard because whenever we'd hang out, we'd always have the kids. And she didn't want to say anything in front of them.
Okay.
So I think that limited her ability to talk to me. And if she wasn't around the kids, Doug was around. So it was kind of really hard in their schedules and stuff.
Okay, so Dylan was born on 10/29/15. Nikki would tell me that. Oh, wait a minute. Nikki was breastfeeding. Dylan and was really didn't do much of anything the first 4 months after he was born. Okay. So when was it that you guys kind of had your tiff?
2 months ago.
about 2 months ago
Mhm.
and weren't talking for about how long?
It was the 2 months.
Okay, so for about the past 2 months you weren't talking?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Up until this past week.
Until about a week ago when we...
Went out for dinner for my brother's graduation. She had pulled me aside and apologized.
and apologized to me. Then we started talking again. Okay. So, Dylan was born... Do you know anything, did she have any depression issues after Dylan was born? Did she have any postpartum issues that you're aware of? She did?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
She was always down. Not reaching out to her family at all.
And was that before or after Dylan was born? Or
After.
okay. Didn't reach out to our family much at all.
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever make any comments to you directly that about depression? What did she
About the
say?
postpartum, yeah, she just said basically she was dealing with it. I don't know.
Did she ever use the words postpartum?
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember her once, but I don't remember how the conversation went or anything.
And was dealing with it?
Mhm. So she's, in general, had it.
And was dealing with it? Okay, and then you said that she had told you she was down as well about her relationship with Dylan?
Not with Dylan, no.
I'm sorry, Doug.
Doug? Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah.
So, what did she tell you about that? What did she say that was depressing her about her relationship?
Just because he was dealing with some family issues as well, and that was bringing them all down. He kind of took it out on her. The not sleeping, the alcohol, maybe, I don't know if that was affecting her, but then just the little fights that they'd get into, I'm sure that's it.
She told me that he was not sleeping and recently began taking Ambien.
Mm-hmm.
She also said he was drinking.
Oh yeah.
Drinking a lot. Didn't you say that he would go out whenever he wanted to and come home whenever he wanted to?
Mm-hmm.
That he would go out whenever he wanted and not come home or come home late when
And when she questioned him, he'd basically make it feel like it was her fault and it's none of your business. Like, why are you on my case about everything, type of thing. I feel like that's what his perspective was from it.
So that was according to what Nikki told you, right? When she questioned him, he would tell her that it was none of her business where he was and make it seem like her fault for being on his case. Okay. So, did Nikki ever say anything to you about the way that Doug treated her? Or whether he was ever physically...
She never said anything to me.
Okay. Okay. So... Okay. Nikki didn't go out much after Dylan was born. Okay. When she did go out, she didn't have a shut-off switch.
She drank a lot.
She drank a lot.
Yeah.
When she was drunk,
I know she was very, when she drank a lot, she was very outgoing. She'll talk to anybody, any guy and anything in front of Doug, and I know that's one thing that made him mad.
Okay. So, when she was drunk, she became
Social butterfly.
very outgoing.
Yeah.
A social butterfly. And that also upset Doug?
Yeah.
Okay. She also would get belligerent? Kira? And can you tell me, what do you mean by belligerent?
She got belligerent?
Yeah.
Just...
When she was drinking?
Yeah, she'd just get, I don't know, crazy. Like, there's been incidences where she's like one time we went out to the bar and I was with my boyfriend at the time, or friend, whatever, and she was drunk and she was just joking around and she punched him just because she thought it was funny. And then later that night, her and Doug got into a fight and she punched Doug, and then the bouncer kicked her out for that. And cops picked her up, let her go, and brought her back to the bar. At this point, I left the bar searching for her.
Okay, so she would walk off when she was drunk?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another time she punched Doug and then walked off, which she would do when she was drunk? Wait, is that normal for her? Okay.
But I believe that night, yeah. I mean, Doug would, I don't know. I feel like they'd always go home together. I don't know.
Another time she punched Doug and then walked off. I had to go looking for her. But would she always come back, or would she ever just walk off and, like, disappear? Or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both, yeah.
Okay.
Because the police ended up finding her. She was walking down the road and brought her back to the bar by Doug.
And when was that?
In the winter sometime.
This past winter? Okay. So another time this past winter. So you guys were all out? And by who was out?
It was me, my friend Brent, my sister, Doug, and then...
Okay, was that when she punched Brent?
Yeah.
Okay. Once this past winter, I was out with Nikki, Doug, and a friend of mine, Brent. Nikki punched Nikki got drunk.
And it wasn't intentional, it was more like a joking around thing.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't like...
So...
It wasn't, no.
Okay, so she
just,
wasn't...
It was just unexpected.
Where did she punch him?
In the face.
Brent in the face. Jokingly?
Yeah.
Just because she thought it was funny?
I don't know, I guess.
Then later, she punched Doug. Where'd she punch Doug?
I don't know, I didn't see it.
Oh, how do you know?
Because the bouncers told me, because they kicked her
Okay.
out. Doug told me. I didn't see it.
And later,
Doug said.
Doug told me that Nikki punched him.
He had allowed her to walk off and just came back by us. And then I went for her.
And the bouncers kicked her out?
According to him.
So, okay. Doug told you that Nikki walked off? Walked out of the bar somewhere?
Yeah. I can't remember if Doug went after her or not, and then they were fighting, and that's why the police had came by them or not, but they both ended up walking away and going back to the bar.
And what happened? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I'm not sure if Doug followed her, and I don't remember, honestly, if Doug followed her and or just left her, and then if they were outside walking, fighting, and that's why the police had stopped them.
Okay, so the police had some sort of contact. Where was that?
By the bar east.
Oh, okay. So Doug told me that Nikki walked out of the bar somewhere, and later the police were called.
Yeah.
Did you go try to find her that night?
Yeah, we did. We drove around trying to look for her.
We?
Me and Brent.
Okay. And later the police were called.
But then by the time I found her again, she was already at the bar east, so then I just went home.
Okay. So after Nikki walked off, Brent and I went looking for her. What about Doug? Did he?
No.
And what did he do?
He might have been with her when the police were there. That's what I think. I just can't remember.
Okay, that's okay. So Nikki was upset that Doug wouldn't take care of the baby too, correct?
Yeah.
Was what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I don't know. What did I tell you?
Well, you had told me that when she parties, she drinks a lot, and that she was upset because Doug wouldn't take care of the baby. That was a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
That he drank a lot, and well, that Doug drank a lot, and that at one point she saw him using cocaine when she was 8 months pregnant, and that part of her depression came from, I guess I understood it to be part of her depression was that he wouldn't help with the baby and he was off doing whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Because, I mean, I think you just said, I'm not sure, I don't know.
I just didn't, I thought you said the other way around, that Doug was mad at Nikki for not helping out with the baby.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I
and
think
that's what I was confused.
you had told me.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
How much longer do you think we need to do?
I think I'll be able to wrap it up pretty quickly.
Because I just have my friend waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine, that's fine.
Okay. She was upset because Doug wouldn't help with Dylan, and
Didn't really step up to the plate as a father.
okay. And then I'm coming back to the Bar East. It was typical behavior
Of them too.
that they would fight
While they drink.
while they drank, and Nikki would walk off alone.
I think so.
Okay. Okay. So Nikki told me that when she was 8 months, Nikki told me once when she and Doug were at a wedding, and that was in
Fall. Probably like September.
Of 2015, that she saw Doug using cocaine with his friends. She was 8 months pregnant at the time and left
The wedding.
the wedding without Doug. Okay. He then called her and
I don't know if he apologized or what. I just remember talking to her and saying, don't go back there. Like, you don't need to go back there. You're pregnant. Like, stay home.
I told Nikki not to go back to pick him up, and but did she? Okay. I know that Nikki used to smoke marijuana recreationally
Before she got pregnant.
before she got pregnant, but I don't believe she would do that now because
Of the baby.
of the baby. Okay. Okay. So the last time you spoke with her was Thursday night? Yeah? Okay. The last time I talked to Nikki was on Thursday, which would have been, the date would have been okay, well, if my calendar is not set up. Today is Monday the 23rd, so that'd be the 22nd, 21st, 20th, 19th, correct? Okay. It's on 5/19. Okay. Nikki has been stressed because she hasn't been working, right? Much.
Right.
And
She has for Dylan.
needed the money. She hasn't been working because she hasn't had a sitter for Dylan, and Doug doesn't help out. He works
With his parents. I don't know how often, but
for his parents,
I think it's when he feels like
and
it.
only when he feels like it. Okay. So on Thursday night, she wanted to work at Ogden.
Okay.
Hogan. Okay. So on Thursday, Nikki asked you to babysit as she had all 3 children, right? I told her, and she wanted to work. She was a server in De Pere and worked on and off there for about 3 years. She also was a substitute teacher for the Green Bay School District. Okay, so about 4:40, she dropped the kids off by you. On Thursday, Nikki dropped the kids off by me at my apartment So you didn't talk much?
No.
And nothing about the conversation sticks out?
No.
She picked the kids up at between 9 and 9:30 and wanted to get going right away to get them home to bed as it was a school night, yes? Okay. Okay. So, when was it that you got the message
From Dr. Dale.
from Dallas?
11:30 Saturday morning.
Saturday morning?
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday morning, and it would have been the 21st? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
16 at 11:30 a.m. I got a Facebook message from, do you know Dallas's last name?
Kennedy.
Who babysat
Yes.
Friday night?
Well, my mom babysat from 7 to 10 at their house, and then
You did?
my mom.
Oh, your mom did?
And then Dallas
Okay.
came at 10 o'clock.
Who babysat Friday night for Nikki and Doug beginning at 10 o'clock. So, Dallas told me that she was concerned about where Nikki was. I allowed Sergeant Yankee to take photos of the messages between Dallas and I. Yes? Okay, so Dallas told you to call her at some point, yes? Okay. Dallas told me to call her, and when I spoke with her by phone, she told me
basically that when they got there, Doug was acting really weird, really strange, pacing back and forth. She said he went to the fridge after saying, "I'm so hungry," to get a yogurt.
Was that Doug and
his friend Greg? And then got the yogurt, and then I guess decided that they, well, in between this, Dallas said, "Where's Nikki?" And he told Nikki, he told Dallas she wanted to walk home.
And Dallas said, why would you let her walk home? Where is she? Should I go look for her? Is she on Webster? Is she on Libel? And Doug replied, she didn't make it past the bridge.
Okay.
And after this, she said it felt very awkward and uncomfortable. She doesn't recall seeing any mud on their clothes or anything that she told me. And then that Doug wanted to leave again.
Okay, so that when Doug and his friend Greg got back to the house, and did she say what time?
2:45.
They were acting strangely. Doug made a comment about being hungry and wanting yogurt.
Yeah, I don't know, that's just what she said. That was weird.
Okay. So he went to the fridge. Dallas asked where Nikki was, and Doug said she wanted to walk home. Dallas asked if she should go look for Nikki and asked where she would be.
And Dallas said Webster, Libel. Would she be in Webster? Would she be on Libel? I don't know what area they're talking about, but then Doug replied she didn't make it over the bridge.
Over the bridge. Okay. So they wanted to leave again? Or did Greg leave? Oh.
I don't know if Greg stayed or left, but they wanted to leave, and that's when Liz said, no, I need to get home to my baby. You need to stay here with yours.
Okay.
And then Doug asked, where is the baby? Why isn't he down here? And she said, I put him in the bassinet away so that you, or in the crib upstairs, so that you didn't have to move him, and he's safe and sound.
Okay. And what did Dallas tell you about that? About the whole situation when she was talking with you?
What do you mean?
Well, she was talking with you by phone, right? She wanted you to call her. Why did she want you to call her?
Because I had sent her a message saying, how did Doug seem when he got home that night? Because, I mean, I didn't suspect anything, but I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know, was he, what was he, how was he? And so that's when she said, you need to call me. And then that's when she told me all the information.
Okay.
When I asked her, do you think Doug could have done this? She said, Heather, I don't know Doug that well. I've only met him a few times. That's just what goes through my head. I'm sorry. I had to ask. And just by the way he was acting, and I don't know where he was from 12:30 to 2:45. Stuff goes through my head.
Don't be sorry. I would prefer that you talk and tell me what went through your head, what's going through your head. I mean, what are your instincts? What's going on?
I think that he found her after, I think they got into an altercation, maybe went to another bar, I don't know. And I think that they were fighting and things got physical. And I think that whether it was intentional or unintentional, I just don't understand who else would do something like this to her. It just so happened that wherever she was walking, some bad person just felt like killing somebody some night. Like, I just don't. And his house is right down the road from where they found the body. Too many things just tell me my gut instinct. And then when I was there that night, he could barely speak to the police. He was shaking. I mean, I get it. Like, he was scared, but we were all scared. But like, he just couldn't talk, and then he went upstairs to change, and it just took him a really long time. And I was like, let's go. I want to go to the bars. I want to go find her. And he kept putting it off. And I'm just like, I want to go to the street and I want to ask if anybody's seen her. I want to see if she's still out at the bars, just maybe having a really, really bad day. Just needed to sit and drink and just, I don't know. I just wanted to go find her. And I just felt like he was just.
Felt like he was
I just not trying at all. Like, didn't want to go and find her, didn't care. Just, I shouldn't say didn't care, but I don't know. I couldn't sit there, and that's all I wanted to do, but we had to wait for the cops. And it's just...
So, were you all together when the police were there?
Yeah.
Okay.
My family, his family. Well, my mom and dad, and his mom and dad, and me.
Okay. So Dallas also said that there was a text message, right?
Yeah, the messages that she was keeping in contact with my sister throughout the entire night. Saying I just signed 2 ounces, did this, just kind of giving a scenario of everything that she was doing well. And every time Nicole would respond, awesome, thank you, whatever. And then she was last seen at like 12:18.
12:40, it says, fuck yeah, unlike
Yeah,
her.
but she was last seen at the bar around
Okay.
like 12:18, according to Doug and whatever. And then I thought her phone was off, but then there was a message to Dallas at 12:40 saying fuck yeah, and that's
Okay.
not like her.
So, the last time she was seen at the bar?
Yeah. I think. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
know
well,
if
let's keep that out of
yeah,
there.
don't put
Sure.
that in there. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know any facts about that night.
The last,
Besides Doug was able to track her phone, which is something we did.
Doug was able to track her
Mhm.
phone?
Because I knew the password, so we were in there.
Okay. And
And
what
it
did it show?
showed everywhere they went that night. Showed they went to the watering hole, the McDonald's, then she went to the sardine can. And then it did like a bunch of crazy things like this in that. And then it showed that her phone was off for 21 hours since we looked. Just Saturday night.
Which McDonald's?
I have no idea, no.
Sardine can?
I can log into her account if you want me to.
Oh, yeah. That might be nice.
I don't know the password, or the email.
How did you get in?
Because he knew.
Okay, let's not try that now. We'll hang on just a minute, okay? Is there a way to delete all that?
Possibly.
Okay. Then did a bunch of crazy stuff?
The lines just showed that, it showed, I think, where she walked. I don't really know. It was just like all over the sardine can, and you can see. And then the craziest part was this line. I don't know if it was like a cellcom issue or like a phone tower issue, but like it went from when her phone was shut off, like straight to Wausau. It was like that she walked there in 7 minutes. So I think that was definitely like an error, because that's, and it wasn't like roads or anything, it was just a straight line.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe, like when the phone shut off, it like, connection just went
Some
like
weird
zap or,
thing.
yeah. So I don't think that was accurate, but it shows on Maple Street where her phone shut off, where she last walked to.
Do you know what time the phone shut off? Did you
I don't
recall
know.
that?
I don't know. I want to say...
Let's stick with, I don't know if you don't know. But if you think approximately.
I can get on the computer if you want me to try real quick.
Yeah, let's try. If you can.
What is the email address? I just need to know the email address and I can get on. Let me just think here.
So the last text message Dallas said she got from Nikki was at 12:40.
Yeah.
Saying, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not like Nikki.
No.
From Nikki's phone.
Yeah. I'm going to call Diane, Doug's mom, and ask her for the...
Oh, no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No.
okay. Because you don't want them to know anything.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Was that 12:40 a.m.?
Do you want me not to have any contact with him?
No, I wouldn't say that. Just say the police, I wouldn't initiate contact.
I just want to see the baby and
Yeah.
take care of the baby.
Then-
so I'm
then you
concerned
need to.
about the baby.
Yep.
Because
Then-
his parents are old and they can't really do much. And
Okay, then you can do that. But if you have my cell phone number. That's my cell. You call my cell if anything.
well, he already reached out to me today and he wants to come over with his mom and Dylan. And honestly, my brothers are ready to... My dad, it'd be a terrible idea. I'm scared for
You're scared for Dylan?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're scared for Dylan?
I just don't want him near my family right now.
Because you think your brother is about ready to kill him? Is that what you were, like, choking off about to say? It's okay. It's okay.
Would you?
Yep, absolutely.
They
It's
have a lot of
okay.
confused feelings right now and they don't know, so...
I understand.
I just don't want him near my family. But I do need Dylan.
I would say that...
But it's not my right to, obviously. It's his child.
You know what? You're an auntie, and if you want to see that baby, then you make contact, and if it's a situation where you're offering help, he probably would very much appreciate that. And that would put you with the baby, and so I think that that's a good idea.
Okay.
I also think it's a good idea that you don't discuss the case.
I don't.
Just say, I don't know, we're in the dark. Let him talk. If he wants to talk with you, let him talk.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And if you should happen to be recording the conversation, there are all kinds of recording capabilities, but if you don't, I don't know if a lot of people do that kind of thing. I'm not suggesting that you do it at all, but if that occurs, if that should happen, probably it would be a good idea if you feel that there's something we should know that you get in touch with us. even if you're not recording and something is said or text messages are sent, please get in touch with, right. And you have my direct line. That cell phone is very important. Now, as I said, I'm not suggesting you do that, but family members call us about things all the time. So I can't make that suggestion to you, but certainly people are free to do whatever they want. Okay? Except, don't kill me.
Well, no. I won't.
That's not, okay.
I won't. I
Okay.
believe in God and that justice will be served to everything, so I
appreciate that. Let us do our jobs.
I am.
We
and I'm
have
having
a lot
friend.
of questions that we still need answered here.
I know. And my friend is, she runs a church group, and I work with her at the ravine, and I'm having her come over tonight and pray with my family and just put them in good minds, because
Fantastic.
she did last night with me, and it really, I don't want to say help, I hope that helped.
You know what? That's a great idea, and I would suggest very highly that you turn to your faith right now.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I literally just started believing in God. I know. I literally just started believing in God, and just because my life's been a roller coaster, and then all of a sudden things were in place, and I'm like, thank you. Like, it's just, and then, so I'm trying.
I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Let me know if I can help. Okay. No one in this one it is. They're just going to use acting weird. Cell phone was at 12:40 a.m. and the message from Nikki's phone to Dallas read, "Fuck yeah," which is certainly. Let's just knock on the door, okay? And then I'm going to keep this open. It's the. There you go. Is that door open?
No.
Is it? It's still closed? Yeah. Then they're probably still talking. We leave them open when we're finished. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. I didn't know Doug's cell number until this situation happened. And how did you get it?
He sent it to me
And how did he send it?
through Facebook Messenger.
He sent a number of messages that I allowed Sergeant Yankee to photograph. I also allowed Sergeant Yankee to have my cell phone data extracted for this investigation. Okay. So, today, my friend, Kelsey,
Yeah.
she's your friend?
Yeah.
Kelsey uncles contacted me by
Phone. Well, she texted Danielle, and then Danielle took a snapshot of it and sent it to me.
Danielle is who?
My friend.
Okay, so Kelsey, who's your friend, contacted Danielle. and told Danielle that information. Danielle sent it to you?
Mhm.
Okay. Danielle, Danielle. And what's her last name?
Koss, Koss. She,
Texted
oh,
me.
Kelsey Darkley. No, she directly texted me it, so we can just bypass that.
Okay.
I just didn't see
Oh,
it.
okay, good. So Kelsey Uncles contacted me by text and told me that a co-worker of hers at Golden House,
No, Golden Living?
Golden Living, where is that?
It's a nursing home. I don't know where it is.
Okay, nursing home, and told me that a coworker of hers at Golden Living Nursing Home reported to her that he saw a suspicious, he saw 2 suspicious males. I took photos of that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Near where, do you know where Nikki was located?
Where her body was found?
Yes.
I think it's on Hoffman.
Okay.
By
Do you know
the
that?
Ziggy's.
Okay.
You know that it's right over here?
I do.
Yeah, I don't know the exact location, no. They
Okay.
didn't release any of that information.
Okay.
Just in the field over there.
Reported to her that he saw 2 suspicious males near where Nikki was located. I called Kelsey and Sergeant Yankee. Ultimately, spoke with the male on my cell phone. She got all his contact. Well, we don't have to put that. It's not relevant. It'll be in my report. Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of that would be helpful in this case? Do you think Nikki committed suicide?
No.
Why?
Because she wouldn't leave her kids behind like that. She was too full of life and love and energy that no. She adored her children. That was her life.
Did Doug make any statements or comments to you after you guys started talking that that kind of grabbed your attention?
I would say the only thing was that night when we were talking to the police officers and going over everything and trying to contact people, and he called his friend Erin Zielinski or something, which is supposedly the last person that saw her. And I mean, he really iterated the fact that she was just acting absolutely ridiculous, punching his feet on the floor, screaming.
Who
Over,
said that?
Doug did about her, like over and over and over, making it seem like it was her fault. And that's when Erin was like, screw this, I'm leaving, apparently.
prove this I'm leaving? What do
Like,
you-
he apparently followed her
Oh,
that
oh,
night.
okay.
That's, yeah, I don't know if you want me to go over what I know, or Doug, everything
Just
I
what-
know is just what Doug
Just what
said.
he said to you, and that was when? Did you say
Saturday
night?
yeah. And when he was on the phone with Aaron, when he supposedly found this out, he hasn't tried to contact, he went outside, so none of us could hear the conversation.
He was on the phone with who?
Aaron, the guy
Okay.
who was apparently last seen him.
So on Saturday night, you guys were all together?
Yes.
Okay, so it was your family and Doug?
And his family were at his house, because I had to work till 9, so I went over there immediately.
Family were at Doug's house? Right?
Yes.
And Doug called his friend Aaron.
I don't know the last name.
Who was last with Nikki?
Yeah. According to Doug. See, it's right here. This is what I want you to talk to. She just sent me that. Can you just read
What,
it?
I'm sorry,
Right
this?
here. Yeah.
Here, you
Says-
pull it up.
Andrea just sent me, because I asked her if you would be willing to meet with you, and just go over their relationship, and she said, yes, I have text message saved from various people saying Doug was abusive. So, let me get her phone number, because I don't have it, and then you can contact her.
Okay. On Saturday night, our family and Doug's family were at Doug's house. And how did you end up at Doug's house?
Because he had called me, or texted me through here that day, and you have all those messages, and I said, I said I was coming right over after I was done with work, because I wanted to go look for her. I wanted to find her.
Doug called his friend Aaron while you were there?
Because I came up with the idea, well, hey, let's talk to him then, see what he knows.
Okay.
It's just so unfortunate that it was just Doug and all of his friends, and it's only one-sided of the entire night. Like, and I just...
Oh, just that Doug and his friends?
Yeah, that's who she was with. So, I don't know, but I just wish there was another side to this story. And you're only hearing it from one perspective, which really sucks. You're not hearing it from... And I don't know if that's the truth or not. I don't know what to believe, but I just wish Heather, someone with her, to that girl.
So, was...
There's the number, and her name is Andrea Dossie.
Okay.
You're going to go more flat, so you can...
I got it there. Hopefully everything's fine.
Well, if you can you?
Sometimes it goes away.
I don't know, these phones are so weird and touchy.
And you know what? I'm going to make sure I've got that. Yep, got it. Okay. All right, so, was Doug off the phone when he was talking to you, saying that? Or was he still talking to Aaron?
Doug was off the phone when he told me, because he went outside to talk to him. And he
Okay,
came back
so-
in and told me the story about how Nicole was flailing her arms and punching at his feet, and,
Okay, so Doug went outside to talk with Aaron,
yeah,
away from us?
yeah.
When he came back in, he told us that
That he was the last person to be with Nikki, see her on Maple Street. He chased her down.
and she kept fighting and saying go away or something like that, and then they got to a point where apparently she was flying her arms and saying get away from me, punching her feet.
Punching someone's feet?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, how are you going to be punching someone's feet?
That's what, apparently she was on the floor and just freaking out. I don't know. I don't know if that's what Doug said.
Aaron's feet and yelling for...
Being hysterical, basically. I don't know the exact words, I can't remember, so...
So, when he came back in, he told us that Aaron said he chased Nikki down Maple Street, and Nikki was reportedly punching Aaron's feet and being basically hysterical, telling him to get away from her.
Yeah.
So Doug just kept...
Not Doug, Aaron.
Oh, yeah, but you said Doug just kept reiterating to
Oh,
you that...
yes. Yeah, and then the police as well. Like, just making it seem like she was just the way he went at it and how, like, ridiculous he made her sound. I didn't appreciate it at all. I don't. That's just me, though. And I just felt like he really...
Like he was going overboard and telling the police that this was her?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to read this to you, and it's important that if something, I'm going to have you take your bottles and put them up here, because I'm going to move the chair so you can read along with me. If something's not right, stop me right then so we can change it, okay? Because otherwise it gets really tough to try to go back and find something, okay? Okay, my name is, wait till your glasses are on. My name is Heather Meyer. I'm 25 years old. I have completed 5 years of college and can read and write English. I'm giving this statement to Sergeant Monica Yankee freely. I live at the above address since December of 2015 when my boyfriend and I broke up. Nikki Meyer is my older sister and she lives with her boyfriend, Doug Detrie, on Berkeley Road in De Pere. We have a close relationship with and we're each other's go-to sisters. We have two brothers, Brent Meyer, who's 28 years old, and Brandon Meyer, who's 20 years old. They weren't very close, but pretty much had good relationships. We had a rough upbringing and depression runs in the family. Brent, Nikki, and I all suffer from depression for several years. Have all suffered from depression for several years. When Nikki was in high school, she cut her wrist, but I think it was only for pain and not to try to commit suicide. About 2 months ago, when Nikki cut her forearm area, I saw the cuts, and she told me that she did that, but I don't remember why. Nikki never told me that she was suicidal. I'm not aware of any medication that, that she was taking for anything. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Nikki was married to Brian Vanderheyden for 4 or 5 years. They have 2 children together, Michaela, who's a 10-year-old girl, and Tyler, who is an 8-year-old boy. They didn't go to court about visitation, and he wasn't paying her child support. They agreed on visitation and generally got along well. Brian is a timid, nice guy. They got divorced about 4 years ago. Nikki met Doug Detrie in January of 2015. A couple months later, she was pregnant. She wanted to have an abortion, but I told her that it would be a big mistake. She didn't want to tell Doug and knew that the baby was his. She ended up having the baby, Dylan Douglas Detrie, now 7 months old. let's put, I think you said 10/29, yeah? 10/29, 15. Now 7 months old. Nikki moved in with Doug at his house. Let's make this new. Nikki moved in with Doug at his house on Berkeley in late summer of 2015. Their relationship was rocky from the beginning. The relationship was very up and down, and they fought a lot. Doug was very controlling, and I saw that firsthand. I remember sitting with her on her bed one day while she was still living at her apartment. She was showing me text messages from Doug. He was mad because she didn't respond to his calls or texts, and he sent a message saying something like, "Fuck this, we're done." Nikki was crying. She said she loved him, but she told me that he was psycho and bipolar and had multiple personalities. She told many of her friends that recently, and they had gotten a hold of me since this has all happened. And they have gotten a hold of me. Either the kids were around or Doug was around when Nikki and I would talk, and she wouldn't talk about things in front of the kids. Nikki and I had an argument about 2 months ago and weren't talking much after that until about a week ago when we went to a dinner for my brother's graduation. Nikki pulled me aside and apologized to me. Then we started talking more. Dylan, let's get rid of this. Redundant. Dylan was born on 10/29/15. Nikki was breastfeeding Dylan and really didn't do much of anything the first 4 months after he was born. After Dylan was born...
Wait. Oh, she didn't do much of anything, like, as far as and just be with her son.
Right? Okay. Much of anything besides be with
Her children.
her children for the first 4 months after Dylan was born.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do this. See why this is so nice? Okay. After Dylan was born, Nikki was really down and didn't reach out to our family much at all. She told me that she had postpartum depression. I don't know if that's spelled right.
Pardon?
P-R-D-E-M?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that once. It doesn't work on this thing. Depression, and was dealing with it. She also was depressed about her relationship with Doug. Nikki said Doug was dealing with some family issues as well and taking it out on her. She told me that he was not sleeping and recently began taking Ambien. She also said he was drinking a lot, that he would go out whenever he wanted and not come home or come home late. According to what Nikki told me, when she questioned him, he would tell her that it was none of her business where he was and make it seem like her fault for being on his case. She was upset because Doug wouldn't help with Dylan, and he didn't really step up to the plate as a father. Nikki never said anything to me about Doug being physical with her. Is that all correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Nikki didn't go out much after Dylan was born. When she did go out, she drank a lot. When she was drunk, she became very outgoing, a social butterfly, and that also upset Doug. She also would get belligerent. She would get crazy when she drank. Once this past winter, I was out with Nikki, Doug, and a friend of mine, Brent. Nikki got drunk and punched Brent in the face jokingly, just because she thought it was funny. Then later...
It was, she asked him if he watched the Super Bowl, and he said no. So, I don't know. Just leave it, I guess.
Okay. Then later, Doug told me that Nikki punched him, and the bouncers kicked her out. Doug told me that Nikki walked out of the bar, somewhere, and later the police were called. This was at the Bar East. After Nikki walked off, Brent and I went looking for her. It was typical behavior that they would fight while they drank, and Nikki would walk off alone. Nikki told me once when she and Doug were at a wedding in the fall of 2015 that she saw Doug using cocaine with his friends. She was 8 months pregnant at the time and left the wedding without Doug. He then called her. I told Nikki not to go back and pick him up, but she did anyway. I know that Nikki used to smoke marijuana recreationally before she got pregnant, but I don't believe she would do that now because of the baby. The last time I talked to Nikki was on Thursday, May 19, 2016. Nikki has been stressed because she hasn't been working much and needed the money. She hasn't been working because she hasn't had a babysitter for Dylan, and Doug doesn't help out. He works for his parents and only when he feels like it. On Thursday, Nikki asked me to babysit as she had all 3 children and wanted to work. She was a server at Ogden and De Pere and worked on and off there for 3 years. She also was a substitute teacher for the Green Bay School District. About 4:40 p.m. on Thursday, Nikki dropped the kids off by me at my apartment. We didn't talk much, and nothing about the conversation sticks out in my mind. She picked the kids up at between 9 and 9:30 p.m. and wanted to get going right away to get them home to bed as it was a school night. On Saturday morning, 5/21/16, at 11:30 a.m., I got a Facebook messenger message from Dallas Kennedy, who babysat Friday night for Nikki and Doug, beginning at 10 p.m. Dallas told me that she was concerned about where Nikki was. I allowed Sergeant Yankee to take photos of the messages between Dallas and should be me. Dallas told me to call her, and when I spoke with her by phone, she told me basically that when Doug and his friend Greg got back to the house at 2:45 a.m., they were acting strangely, pacing around the house. Doug made a comment about being hungry and wanted yogurt, so he went to the fridge. Dallas asked where Nikki was, and Doug said she wanted to walk home. Dallas asked if she should go look for Nikki and asked where she would be, like Webster or Libel. Doug replied that Nikki didn't make it over the bridge. They wanted to leave again, so it was Doug and Greg wanted to leave again, and Dallas told Doug no, that she had to get back to her baby and he needed to stay with his. Dallas left. I asked Dallas if she thought Doug could have done this, and she said she didn't know, that she only met him a couple times. Dallas told me that she had been texting back and forth with Nikki all through the night, giving her updates about Dylan. On Friday night, giving her updates about Dylan. The last text message Dallas said she got from Nikki's cell phone was at 12:40 a.m. and the message from Nikki's phone to Dallas read, "Fuck yeah," which is totally not like Nikki. I think that Doug had something to do with this because I don't see anything else happening to her. I can't see some random person just killing her. Her body was found just down the street from her house. When we were all together and talking to the police, Doug was shaking, and I get it because, and I get that. How about that?
You're going to know I said this.
Well, this is going to be part of the case file, you know, so, but right now, all of this is under investigation.
I don't want this out unless...
Okay.
I
this is part of a case file that's closed, and the case is under investigation, and we're trying to figure out what happened to your sister. And it's very important that when we're doing that, when we're doing these kind of investigations, the people that know, that are most in the know, many times, are the family members. And so that's why we include all this information. But if you don't want me to put that in here, I certainly can take it out. It's totally up to you.
I do want you to take that out, just because.
Okay. Okay. Which part would you like me to
I think
take
that
out?
Doug had something to do with this, because I don't see anything else. I hate seeing everybody's face. I don't know. It's just how I feel.
Well, how about this? Instead of I think, how about we put I feel? Or we can take that out if you want to and just leave, I can't see some random person just killing her. Her body was just, okay. Are you more comfortable with that? Okay.
Because I don't want to make assumptions, and if whatever happens, I just want to be able to see.
So you're concerned about your...
And it just would cause me never to see Dylan. Like, I think.
Okay. I understand. I can't see some random person just killing her. Her body was found just down the street from where Doug's house, right?
Yeah.
Where she lived too. Do you know if there's any I mean, what is that area? Do you know if either one of them are connected to the area?
Doug or Nikki?
Yeah.
No.
To Hoffman area?
No.
Okay.
I think it's on...
When we were all together and talking to the police, Doug was shaking, and I get that because...
It's on the way from downtown to his house, so...
Okay. Okay. Because we were all scared, but then when I wanted to go look for Nikki at the bars or do something to find her, he wanted nothing to do with it.
I wouldn't say nothing, but he just didn't seem as motivated. I don't know. Well, my dad didn't want to go either.
Motivated to do anything? Okay. Just the way he was acting was weird?
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know Doug's cell number until this situation happened. Doug sent me his cell number through Facebook Messenger. He sent a number of messages that I allowed Sergeant Yankee to photograph. I also allowed Sergeant Yankee to have my cell phone data extracted for this investigation. Today my friend, Kelsey Uncles, contacted me by text and told me that a coworker of hers at Golden Living Nursing Home reported to her that he saw two suspicious males near where Nikki was located. I called Kelsey, and Sergeant Yankee ultimately spoke with the male on my cell phone. Nikki would not have committed suicide. She would not leave her kids behind like that. She was full of life and love and energy, and she adored her children. That was her life. On Saturday night, our family and Doug's family were at Doug's house. Doug called his friend Aaron after I suggested it. Aaron was last with Nikki, according to Doug. Doug went outside and tossed to Aaron away from all of us. When he came back in, he told us that Aaron said he chased Nikki down Maple Street, and Nikki was reportedly punching Aaron's feet and being basically hysterical, telling him to get away from her. Doug just kept reiterating to us and to the police that Nikki was out of control, like he was going overboard in telling the police that it was Nikki. Okay. Is there anything else you can think of that we should be including in this statement?
No.
Okay. This is the end of my statement. Okay, now, have you any, do you know how to do electronic signatures? Well, I'm going to walk you right straight through it. And it's much, much easier than just 3 pages. Okay, so this is how it works. I'm going to turn this into a pencil, and we're going to use our finger as a stylus, and you use the tip of your finger to sign, just like I'm doing. And I've had a lot of experience with that, so yours is not going to look that way, I promise. And everybody complains about that, but if you'd prefer, I can get you a stylus, like a pen kind of thing.
That's fine.
Okay. Now, do you want to read this over yourself to make sure that? So what I'd like you to do then, on each page, is just to sign your name and then date underneath it. Hang on just a minute. Here. Do you want to take that? Okay. Oh, you're doing pretty good. And then, oops, that's okay. So we just do that. And then you will sign again your last name. And then right underneath that, nope. And then right underneath that, don't move it at all, but right underneath, put the date and the time. And the date is 5/23/16, and the time is 1:35 p.m. And then hang on. So now we switch it back and move up to this.
Okay.
5:23 at 1:35. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're going to have to do this. Here.
Too small.
Yeah, because this is the line for the,
Next page.
that's the line for the next page. So if you can go up here. And then the last one, here I'll give you a little bit more room. Yeah, please. Okay. Now, is everything in the statement accurate to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Have you left anything out or failed to tell me anything that could be important in this case?
Not that I can think of.
Intentionally?
Intentionally, no.
Okay. If everything is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, here I'm going to set this up to send it to my email as a PDF. You see that? Yes? Okay. We're going to get rid of this and put Heather Meyer. Statement. Okay. Now, if everything is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, when you're ready, press send, and that will make this part of the case file. There we go. Our statement's complete. Now, I got to tell you, I know that you have questions. And I'm probably going to be pretty limited in what I can share with you at this point. But as far as your relationship with Dylan, I think that you should, try to continue that relationship, as we discussed before. As this as this investigation continues, your family will get answers, okay? What I would ask the family to do is let us do our jobs, please. It's okay to talk with people, but please try to stay away. If you can encourage your family to do the same thing, try to stay away from communicating information that other people are passing along. It makes things very difficult when we're trying to extract information, gather as much as we can. But if people, now you did a great job in getting this information for me. If you think that somebody's got information, please pass it along. And call me by cell, okay? If you don't get an answer, I'm in interview. I always answer my cell phone unless I'm in interview. So if you get my voicemail, please leave a message so I can call you back. Do I have your phone number? I think I do, but just in case, I think we put that on your...
920-819-5757.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did, yep. Okay, and then also, you said something about a number of friends. You were going to give me some...
Andrea Dossey, which you took that picture already.
And these are Nikki's friends?
Yeah, Haley Definite.
Haley, help me.
Hold on 1 second.
H-A-L-E-Y, H-A-I?
Yeah, H-A-L-E-Y, Definite, D-E-F-N-E-T. I know she had just recently got together with my sister and hung out. Her phone number is 920-639-0549.
Okay.
And then I know you have already interviewed Dallas, maybe? She said she had already interviewed you guys.
Okay.
Do you want her information again?
We haven't.
Okay. And then just Andrea. Caitlin really hasn't talked to her lately, but I guess those would be just some friends, and then Andrea will probably give you some more, because I honestly got a lot of just friends, so I don't know.
Do you know who her BFFs would be?
No.
Okay.
Maybe Haley and Andrea.
Okay.
And Dallas.
Okay.
I'd say were her main friends.
Okay. All right, so these young ladies, we want to... Okay, now, sometimes when you're talking, it's really very normal to think of something later. Call me. If and when you think of something later, call me.
I will.
Don't hesitate.
Absolutely.
All right? I'm always available 24/7. Don't drunken dial me at 3 a.m. just for no reason whatsoever.
I'm not drinking because that's going to just make it worse.
You know what? That's honestly an awesome idea. And it sounds like you have your head squarely on your shoulders.
Thanks.
Good for you. Yeah, it's going to be trying times. It's already trying times. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Well, sometimes I do. Okay. I'm going to, you will be one of the only people that has permission to call me Monica. Nobody ever calls me that. But you call me Monica, okay? Unless you want to call me by whatever, okay.
That's good.
You can call me any nickname you make up, if you're more comfortable with that.
No, Monica will work for me.
Okay. And you know what? If the phone rings and I hear, "Hello, Monica," I'll know it's you.
Yeah, right.
Because nobody calls me that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now, do you want to grab your watch?
Yeah, I will.
And you've got your cell phone back. I'm going to take care of your tissue, so you can just leave it right there.
Thank you.
Because it looks like you're one of those shredder people.
I am. Fidgeters. Yeah, I fidget. Always.
All fidgeting and that. Okay, and you probably need a cigarette pretty badly, don't you?
Yeah.